The votes are in and we are playing Manor Lords. Hello everyone and welcome back. We're gonna start setting up the game. This guy just looks like kind of an academic, so we're gonna go with him. Academic Unwinds, fair enough. I'm quickly gonna settle on a banner for us. Give me a second. And here we are again, keeping it very simple, and then let's go. So there are a couple of maps that we can select. Winding River is an option. I kind of like the way Winding River looks. Devil's Hill could be fun. Although it'd be great to have some rivers ultimately in the game, because I do think they add a lot of beauty to the entire thing. Nonetheless, this might actually not be the worst. So there is a trading point here, which I think a settlement in this corner would kind of work. Can we zoom in? We cannot zoom in. I don't see the paths over here. What else do we have? The jagged cliffs. Now they sound kind of fun too. So they placed us here. But maybe... I wonder what the dashed lines here are. That might be unscalable terrain? I don't know. Divided. Nope, definitely not. The lake could be fun. If we're placing ourselves on the other side, we're also a little bit defended. There are apparently some bridges over here. So that could be kind of a good approach. They have placed us down here, but if we want a river, somewhere around here would probably be a little bit better. Let's actually go here. Shall we do the lake? Let's just do the lake. We're playing the scenario, the Restoring the Peace, on default difficulty because I don't know how to play this game. In case you guys have seen my last attempt, the very first one, and I have not played since. So let's see how this goes. Let's just get started. And that is it, and we are in. Doesn't this look awesome? I'm gonna quickly pause and we're gonna zoom in because look at that view. Holy cow. Well, technically an oxen, but you know, you get my drift. Alright, we're far-ish away from the road, which I think is overall okay. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. Let's see what we have. We do have a rich salt deposit on the surface. Right next to our settlement, we do have a rich mushroom deposit. Some stones back here and some fish right there. That's actually not too bad. And I kind of like the location overall, because back here could be a great castle location, even though technically this would make a bit more sense for a settlement, because again, right at the crossing of the road. So let's go ahead and sure, we need roads to make everything a little bit faster. Let's go ahead and already plan this out a little bit. So this is our salt deposit. Can we actually put a road through here? We can. And I'm just gonna go ahead and encase it so we don't encroach. And I will try to somewhat... I mean, there will be some roads that go perpendicular to the elevation, but let's try to otherwise follow the elevation a little bit, because it's kind of what you would have expected in towns like this overall. So yeah. All right. Now, if that is our settlement, where are we actually gonna get our logs from? So I don't think I want to touch this forest. Not really, at least. So it would be kind of nice to have our logging area over here, which means I would love to build a bridge over here, but that is far, far down the road. All right. In the meantime, let's just connect this up over here. And then we're going to continue our road system up there. Now, because this will be our salt mine, having this as part of our industry area kind of makes sense. Which means this right here would probably be a good place for for potential houses later on, placing buildings, consider resource deposits, soil fertility. That's actually a good point. Let's have a look at the underground water. That's not too bad. Not too bad. We do need kind of a city center for us, which I think we're gonna make use of that area that is being blocked off by the unemployed tents, so to speak. So let's add a road here, a road over there. And then let's have another look again on the underground water. So in this corner, we will be able to place a well in the long run. So let's go ahead and corner this a little bit off, and we'll put some decorations around there. And yes, that's not perfectly perpendicular, but I do think that is okay. All right, so if this is our center, and we want, well, we get some food from over here and over there. What does our fertility look like? Let's see, emmer up there. Of course, it's kind of far away. Flax, oop, that was too far. Barley, rye is not too bad. And that could actually go over here on the road. Now, I wouldn't usually touch the King's Road to do anything. Actually, down here could be also a good place for additional food production. So if that is the case, maybe instead, I guess there's good fertility there, but yeah, I think we just need that space for our city center. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and, what did we want to do? Right, there are a couple of things that we should build relatively early on, and once I've placed the first building, I'm gonna unpause the game because, well, this way our people can start getting to work already. For now, I'm gonna place the lumber mill, the logging camp right here. I'm hoping they will be able to just chop down all the wood up there, and then we'll just take it from there. This is our hitching post. I do kind of want to move this a little bit. It isn't super important right now, but I think because we're not playing on the hardest difficulty, it might be okay. So placing it actually in this corner, probably a good idea, because again, we're not gonna touch this area, because this will be a good place for us to create some economic value. So let's start, because the first building is down, and then we need to place a few more other buildings. We're gonna start with storage, because as you see up here, exposed goods will spoil or will get damaged over a while, so we'll definitely tackle these first. So let's place the storage house, or the storehouse, right here at this corner, and very close to the hitching post, which I think makes a ton of sense. And then now that they've actually moved the hitching post, we can hopefully, really, this corner, boy. All right, build up your town, your manor. When you're ready, press claims towards regions owned by your opponents. Okay, so once we extend from our initial area, that's when we need to consider potential attacks. I think in the next one, we might be going in here. There's stone in here and eel. Oh, very cool. I have here more mushrooms, more hunting. So the ones with a human on it, they are rich deposits. Where is actually our friend sitting? I don't know. The iron deposit down here would probably be good. The clay deposit would be great. There are 2 rich clay deposits, and that is it. Ooh, rough. There's a little bit of iron down there, so that might be okay. I guess we might actually expand in this direction rather than up here, because this is more salt, and we do have salt down here. So let's see how this goes. Right. That's exactly what I just explained. So we got it. And we're going to have our citizens kind of just work through this. All right. Logging camp is being built. I want you to be on the highest priority. And then we need to also put down a granary. And I would love to get that in here, but obviously our food supplies are in the way, because why wouldn't they be? So instead, we're gonna continue that path a little bit down here. And then we can put our granary right on this corner instead. Which again, not too bad, because there's fish down there, mushrooms up there. And I think that will be overall not a bad starting point. Also means I will continue building that road downhill to the fish. Well, this will probably not be the first. No, it definitely will not be the first. You're seasonal. We don't have any continuous food supply. So we do need to stock up for the winter. Because I think both of these will kind of disappear. Alright, anyways. How is the logging camp coming along? It is kind of nice when you watch them build this. Very cool. Very cool. Alright, almost done. Once you are done with these, we can assign families. Let's assign 2 of them. Actually, yeah, let's just assign 1 of them. You can keep chopping away. Workforce for building. Oh yeah, that's exactly that. Whenever you create a building, you need to assign a family so they actually start working with this. Let's go... What should we go first? The granary will probably be a little bit higher priority, in all honesty. That's 2 logs here. We need 2 logs there. Actually, the granary needs stone. So let's wrap up the storehouse first, because that should be a little bit faster. Alright, we do have a good amount of stone. We do have only a certain amount of tools. And if I saw this correctly, yep, you guys actually need tools per year. So we will need to buy tools, I think, relatively quickly and early on. So in the meantime, let's have a look around here. We can already plan for the forager hut, which I guess we could just place here. Or we continue this in a little bit. Actually, that might not be too bad a spot. Yeah, let's place you here. And then I think the fishing hut, not enough goods. Okay, we can't place you down until we have the goods. That kind of makes sense. So I'm going to pause you for now. New message, let's have a look. Okay, Hildebald is writing us. Honor against those who would wrong me. Okay, fair enough, let's write him back. How does this work? Drop paragraph here. Negotiation. Oh, I need influence points for that. Surprise war. Crazy. I don't want to send that to him. You have no rightful claim. That can't turn out good. Let's just tell him the message got lost on the way. I think that makes sense. Alright, because we do need more logs, I think relatively quickly I'm going to add another person in there. And one thing that I didn't fully consider, I hope that wouldn't prevent us from fishing down here. Can I actually see fish? Can I say how gorgeous this game is? Crazy. You even have like the reflections of the trees in there. Very, very cool. Alright, regardless. Where was I? Alright, we are waiting. Okay, storehouse is built. Let's assign a family there. Family requests more market area for their stall. I guess that makes sense. Do we then need a... Yeah, but I don't need them to actually grab stuff. Not grab stuff, sell stuff to our people yet. Let's for now make sure we rather get all the other materials up and our buildings up and running. Now, with the ox, or oxen, we should probably expand how many we have. Okay, we do have 50 regional wealth. So the oxen are used to transport most of the material a little bit faster. So getting another hitching post might be a little bit early, but I think it would be good to get this in already. And we could place it right next to the granary. I kind of like it up here, to be honest. Can't get it close enough because of the food supply up there. So anyways, we're adding you here. And then add a little bit of pathing around it. So there's again another dedicated space for that. All right. We can also now wrap up. Nope, still can't wrap this up. I forgot. Our homeless people tents are preventing us from doing so. Supplies are almost out now. This is already very nice. Now we could place down the forager hut. Okay, let's see. Well, the hunting post, once that is in, we can actually already purchase another oxen. So at some point this will be brought in. We do need to keep an eye also on our approval rating. One of the things that I didn't fully check out last time is your approval rating needs to be at a certain level to get new families coming in. And I think there are 2 different levels from what I've heard, but I forgot the percentage numbers. So let's figure it out as we go, I guess. All right. Next thing, we are going to place, already at least planned, our burgage plots. Season, some game speed, okay. Yeah, that's our season. It is March, so planting crops would be good. And then, yeah, game speed is fine. All right. Flexible plots. Yeah, I do remember that from last time. You kind of want to make them big enough so you get sort of these buildings in the behind that. Forgot what they're called. And you could also get some additional housing areas in there. So let's go ahead and try this out. I think I want to make one relatively large because if I'm not mistaken, why can't I place you? If I'm not mistaken, we can actually grow some veggies in the back. Can I actually modify this? Oh yeah, look at that. So if we have one big one and turn this into a veggie plot, I think we will have a bit of better food supply throughout the year. So we're going to build one big one like that. Plot points 4, burgage plot 1, construction 2 wood, fair enough. Gonna pause this for now. And I'm gonna unpause this for now. Because first I want them to, wrap up the forager hut. Right. Do we now? Yep, we do have 2 oxen now, so that is good. That should help with moving the material through a little bit faster. All right, and then we want a few more of these. That's only 3 of them. Can we extend this by 1 more? Nope. How far do I actually need to? Can I not? What if I place you down? Oh, I can't make you bigger. All right. Maybe I don't need to go this far back. But I guess why not? All right. We do need still 8 logs to potentially place this down. And I'll place it down in like a draft mode. House location, place plot point, road connection point, it's all fair and square. Oh. Nope, can't place you down until we have the material. All right, that is, I guess, good to know. Let's, in the meantime, extend our road network a little bit. And still can't add you up here. At some point I will learn, maybe. All right, and they are building the forager hut, which means at that point we will have some food. We are getting some logs in. Oh, I do need to assign someone to the granary. And then we could also consider already placing a marketplace. Multiply marketplace as the lifeblood of your settlement makes sense. Place the flexible plot, granary and storehouse workers, market stalls, fair enough. Select the marketplace to check your supply and demand, not supply, fair enough. Very good. Get their residential requirements fulfilled first. Okay. So that, all of that kind of makes sense. I must have done something. Why can't I place you? Where's the info that tells me why? Very strange. Alright, I'm gonna leave a corner open. Oh. I guess a bigger corner. 17 stalls space available. I guess that is fine. I don't think you will cost us money, so or material. So that is fine. And of course, instead of placing you here, you place your one all the way over there. Cool, cool, cool. All right, we're running out of food. We are out of food, actually. So let's make sure this is the highest priority. I'm gonna remove one family from the logging camp. So this gets done. Come on, guys. Supply and demand. Hold on. Why did we run out of food? What happened to all of that? We didn't run out of food. You just need to set up a stall. Okay, okay. There we go. Back to being good in terms of food. Now that worried me a little bit. Okay, when are you done, Forager Hut? Is anyone actually building you? Saving complete, thank you. Okay, Forager Hut complete, assigning a family right away, and now we still have one more family to go. With that, we should be able to actually focus on getting our burgage plots done. Gonna let it build the big one first, and then how much material do we have? 6 timber. So we could actually place them like 2 at a time. I think that is okay. Seems like I could actually turn this a little bit smaller. Maybe not, though. Yeah, that's just one. Wait. Oh. Here we go. It's 3 of you. Would that then be 4? That is 4. Okay. Just gonna wait for that last log to show up. And once it is, we can place down the remainder of our burgage plot, which I think will be quite good to have. Because then we've tackled all the shortcomings, so to speak, for our settlement. And Yeah. I'm hoping that our people will then be happier. It is still March. I do wonder when our next family is coming in. Frequent raining, crops growing. March to May, interesting. How do we actually know? Homeless, monthly migration 0. Oh, that actually reminds me, we probably want 1 extra. Alright, for now, we're placing down 3. And then let's see if we can place another 2. Not like that. Here we go. Alright, so this will happen at some point. Maybe it is time. I actually don't need to just sit here and wait. Let's zoom out again. Region view. Got it. Alright. Just checking again. Actually, we should be able to see our dear friend wherever he... Where is he? Wait, what? I would have expected to see him. And I thought he was in the top left corner. Outlaws. I could say, makes your acquaintance and grants further diplomatic options in the future. Don't know if I want to do that yet. Alright, but maybe actually in order to see him, I need to actually send something. Yeah, but I'm not ready yet. Let's figure that out in the next episode or something. Oh, look at that, actually. This looks like a road. So I wonder if he's building somewhere here. Alright, anyways. How are things going over there? We only have one logger and 1 builder, basically, running around. We're doing okay, I think, overall. Labor speed 100%, efficiency 1, so that's pretty good. Oh, I see. Advanced, limited work area. Wait, that's it? No. I can also zoom out. So make sure you get all of that. And once you have done with all of that, I think we can consider placing you somewhere else. Alright, coming along, I would say. I do want to set you on the highest priority because I feel like, they're just bringing the goods everywhere. Not quite what I had in mind. We should also already place down the next one. You wouldn't be big enough. You're kind of too big. Am I missing something? Why is it snapping to these kind of things? Plot points 2. Plot points 3. Okay, still stuff for me to figure out. It is raining, but all of our food at least is in the granary, in the pantry. Good, and we are getting some mushrooms. Spoilage is low, I do like that. Because I think with meat or so, it would be, well, a lot worse, maybe. But yeah, as you can tell, I'm really just learning the game, so do me a favor, leave your tips and tricks in the comment section below. And if you like to see me struggle with this or enjoy the rest of my videos, please consider subscribing, it helps out a ton. Alright, I might actually give this a little bit of a speed up, meaning I'm just gonna let them build it and then I'll be right back. All right, and the first burgage plot is done. Homeless people move into available burgage plots immediately. Cool. And then I can see some requirements. Increases the approval. Oh, shoot. Now that the burgage plot is done, the approval dropped. All right. New families join your settlement when approval is over 55%. There we go. And there's available living spaces. A marketplace is necessary to provide a variety to the burgage plots. Okay. Which means one is done. The second one is done as well. Let me go ahead and place the other two that we need in order to, welcome in new people. You kind of just seem big. Why wouldn't I be able to? I guess it's fine. All right. With that, we will have 6 houses. And I'm hoping that once the homelessness is done, I might actually not get to the appropriate percentage. So figuring out homelessness removes 15%. So we're at 50% then, which means we need another 5% on top of that. So not having played the game, I think one way to increase happiness would probably be food variety. So maybe it is time to build a fishing hut down there. Yeah, we're placing you right there. You can kind of slow down a little bit because it's not just the homelessness itself. There's also the lingering homelessness of 3%. Right. Why? No, close. You can reach the parched goods, vegetables, grains, fruits, meats, fishes. Missing variety. Meats, fishes, and animal produce. That makes sense. So here we go. That should increase our happiness once the fishing hut is actually built. But I do want them to focus, why is it on pause? To focus on the burgage plots, because again, that's definitely dragging down our happiness. Market food variety and general goods variety is going up slightly, slowly, but steadily, I guess. And let's see, we do have one building family, that makes sense. Another burgage plot is done, so only one more to go. Family member join one of the... Wait, what? Family members join one of the settlements. Oh, they just move in. Alright, but we're almost done with the homelessness people tents, hopefully. I do wonder how we're actually removing that or if it disappears on its own. Anyways, let's keep this going for a little bit. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit, so I will be right back. Alright, and that didn't take too long. Apparently, we've fulfilled sort of the next big thing and got some materials from that. A strong militia is paramount to survival. A shipment of weapons has just arrived. I wonder from whom. Be able to create your militia banners to serve you and protect your people. However, you will need more weapons to equip. Fair enough. So let's form the militia. I don't think we're gonna form them right now, to be honest. Because first we need more people. At the moment, we don't have enough of them. Let's make sure you are actually on the highest priority. Oh, the goods are already in there. And let me fast forward again until this is done. All right, and I am back. They have just finished the fishing hut. So let's make sure we assign a family because we also gained a new family. So that is pretty awesome. And our settlement is kind of coming together. I think we do need to just build more burgage plots in the next episode. But for now, Not too bad, not too bad. 55%, awesome. And it's just gonna go up. Very cool. All right, so with that, I'm gonna call this an episode. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.